Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and the first day of Swell is complete. Brad was all suited up and gave a pre-recorded message and took a broad brush on regulatory clarity, the lead being taken by Asia, and that XRP is the key behind RippleNet, and they have the best team going forward. He felt that now with the 500 employees that they do have, they are doubling down on XRP. The TP Bank, which is in Vietnam, and also the Saudi Arabia British Bank, SAB, they received the Customer Impact Awards. It was announced by Marcus Treacher. TP Bank runs on RippleNet to Japan. This was an SBI Ripple Asia deal, and that was done last November. Again, I can't break out the pink champagne yet. I was hoping, and I still have one day to hope, that we're going to hear something about Japan and ODL, but as of right now, not yet. Also, Marcus Treacher talked about D-Money and Bank Rendimento in Brazil. They received their Network Accelerator Awards. So it was pretty smooth. It started a little bit late, like 20 minutes late, which for me being in Japan, we just are so crazy sticklers to being on time. But for the most part, there was a little bit of some lag and delay at times. The stream dropped off, but those types of virtual events with that many people and all of the participants, I know, is a really difficult thing to do. We'll probably look back on these virtual events in 5 or 7 years from now, and we'll think, oh my gosh, look how basic that was, because I think this is a skill that is going to get incredibly proficient. And there's probably, I would guess, companies that are going to see this as a demand to actually do the whole, instead of doing it in-house. I think you're probably going to have companies that come up with a service and will do it so professional and in such a way that we will just, again, look back on these days as like, oh my gosh, remember this when we would be watching a stream and then something would just drop off. Yeah, I just know how much it's going to change. All right, and I'm not covering everything in detail. I did make a very detailed kind of comments for the Patreon group, but for this video, I'm going to just touch on, I think, some of the key parts that, so I won't lose you in all the details. Chris Brummer, who is a research professor at Georgetown's Institute of International Economic Law, he hosted the panel. I really like him. He has, he even stopped them in the middle of one part where he wasn't totally clear and wanted clarification. I thought, that is just great. Not only is he really listening, but he was making sure that he really understood what they were saying. So there was a person there from the Federal Reserve and also someone from the European Central Bank. And their topic of discussion was the central bank digital currencies, the CBDCs. And I can tell you, they're a long way off. They have yet a very far road to go before any launch. And yes, China will inspire everyone, no doubt, as it was said. But there is nothing right around the corner. In fact, it even talked about how one of the two, and I'm sorry, I couldn't tape it, and I was taking notes, but I didn't tape it, and I couldn't take screenshots, and I abided by those rules. I will tell you, though, I was on Twitter. Somebody was letting some stuff out. So if you go to Twitter, I think you'll be able to see some of the actual things. But one of the two of them said that he foresaw the conversation on the digital currencies becoming more mature in the next few years. So yeah, I don't think there's anything coming in the way of a launch anytime soon. That's just how that's my take on it. And in regards to the new credit line product, I tell you, this for me was most interesting. Here are some of the notes that I took. So the concept of creating this elastic on-demand capital. This was coming from a presentation that Barry Joseph gave at Ripple. He is leading the development. And prior to this line of credit, pre-funding was still an expensive part of the total equation. And it would sometimes take 2 or 3 months with multiple arrangements when you had to get loans to expand on your business. So the aim here is to help the customers of Ripple grow with ODL and achieve scale in new regions at rates that are lower than what is available through mainstream choices. So the XRP is going to be stored in digital wallets, and those crypto wallets, are I'm kind of curious if I'm just talking off the top of my head right now. Maybe I shouldn't, because that's too much assumption, but you can guess who I'm thinking might be handling the storage of those wallets for those customers. Anyway, it was not mentioned, though, any particular service provider. Also, Ripple sells the XRP at a predetermined price to the RippleNet member, and the underwriting for the agreement would have quick approval time, like 24 to 48 hours turnaround time to make a decision. And that would be done by Ripple in regards to loaning out that XRP. The rates, this is where I asked the question, because this is exactly where the stream kind of broke up and dropped off for a moment, where they were talking about rates, and they had this Q&A, and this came in the Q&A. So this is a lot of this came in the Q&A, which I saw was pretty active, because I think there's a lot of interest. So the rates are 4 to 12% on an APR basis, based on their analysis. So I think it's probably has a lot of factors, depending on how long you need the loan, the size of the loan. The repayment is done in local currency, not XRP. And the terms, 30 days, 60 days, etc. So I think that they're very, very flexible. No minimum, no maximum amount at this time. And these were some of the Q&As that were coming in a chat box. So there was strong interest. You could tell there was a lot of activity in that portion of the presentation. And then let's see, I am now going to tell you that there was an ODL panel discussion. And there were 3 Ripple partners there. Nicholas Stiger from FlashFX in Australia. I have had him on an interview last year. I think it's time to do it again. He looked great. Wow, he has a fabulous view from that's a water view from his office. I mean, it's a wow view. And then there was Santiago Alvarado of Bitso. That exchange is in Mexico. They are facilitating XRP ODL. They're running 7% of that corridor, which is the largest corridor in the world. And they're doing it from the US to Mexico with ODL. And then there was a new face. And this is the CEO of Sigue Group. And it's a very established company, more than 20 years in business. And they said that they were able to launch a new ODL brand in less than 6 months, and feels that this is an amazing opportunity for other startups. So this is a new name and a new face. It was good. I think that's my kind of quick recap for you on the first day of Swell. Tomorrow there's another day, so I will be sure to update everybody. And now I think I want to just give you one warning. On October 12th, which was just a couple days ago, somebody has started a channel that is pretending they're me. So it's an imposter. And don't get caught by anything that says Crypto Eri outreach, because that is not me. And I've reported it. This person or persons who are doing this, don't think I'm just going to stop with just a simple reporting either. This is pretty serious stuff, and YouTube will help me in this situation. So if you are seeing this and it's got this outreach business, and you see something with a Gmail address or a Crypto Eri XRP, just ignore, totally ignore. God, I hate these bad actors. All right, we're going to jump to some fluff. It'll put a smile on my face. So Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is just called Kentucky here in Japan, is very, very popular, very popular. And of course, there's a localized menu too, as most fast food companies do in countries around the world. It's not the same kind of menu. Like, for example, here is a truffle-scented, creamy, rich sandwich. It's very popular. The sandwiches are popular. We don't have the buckets, and we don't have the gravy and mashed potatoes, which I have to be honest, I really miss that mashed potato and gravies. They have the coleslaw. The French fries are not so good. Terrible, actually. But what they have started is an online order. And the online order lets you go to your location, which there are, I forgot the number. There's an unbelievable number of these in Tokyo. I mean, I want to say there was like 1,100, something like that. Crazy number. They're so popular. And when you go to pick up your order, it'll be in one of these warming boxes. And all you have to do is put in your 5-digit code that you get when you place your online order, and then away you go. So it's a way to be no wait, and they think it's, it's falling in line without having to have people stand in line and be part of this, problem with distancing. So this is really a new innovation to solve that. And this is Conde Nast. I think they're a real high-end magazine, and they do a lot of travel information. Anyway, they gave Kyoto, Japan, the #1 destination for visiting. And I think, yeah, their list is good. #2 was Lyon, France. Or am I going the wrong way? Let's see. Number two is Lyon, France. Yeah. And then Singapore, followed by Sydney, followed by Vienna, followed by Tokyo, followed by Porto, Portugal, followed by Helsinki, and then Copenhagen, and then another Portugal location, Lisbon. So Japan got 2 locations and Portugal got 2 locations. How about that? I like the Conde Nast magazine. It's so nice. I think it's hard to find here in Japan. Yeah. I can find some magazines like The Economist, and I can find People. Not that I buy it or read it, but I've seen it. And there's Time magazine. That's here. Not too many magazines, though, from the West are available. So I'd love to see Conde Nast, but I don't think I have ever seen it. All right, moving along. I'm not a huge anime fan. I mean, I'm not what they call an otaku, which is one that's really serious for anime. or manga, but I do very much appreciate the character. I don't want to call it a statue. They're figures, because sometimes they're just extremely well done. And this is one. This is Surumaru Kuninagatachi. He is a character, an animation character that is coming from the Heian period. So we've got, like 1,000 years ago. And he is this famous swordsman. And when I saw this figure, I just thought, wow, this is really beautiful. I'm going to give you another angle from up above. He's famous for this sword, which has a lot of course, history and powers to it, and it's connected to the royal family at that time. And this story is very popular, and it's one of those characters also that people love to do cosplay. It's one of those very fun characters that you can do the costume play, cosplay, and dress up. So nice, huh? How much do you think? Well, this one is going to run you just about $200 US. So they are very expensive. Yeah, but this one is just sweet. All right, everybody, do take care. I'll see you tomorrow. I have this other great video that I've prepared for you, so I'll probably do that in the morning, and then we've got the second day of Swell. All right, do take care for now. Sayonara. Bye-bye.